If he has a good enough spawn, it's going to limit Dennis's movement at mid. So I still think they'll be okay. Catwalk is going to be a pretty decent fight. I think it's going to be a seesaw throughout, just depending on spawn and the trends that are developed throughout the match.
Sure. We can see there's actually 2 players for Kinguin pushing up in the short area. That's so good for them. Getting that first pick and falling back completely shuts down mousesports straight away. And any tactic they had in mind now is going to have to be reconsidered. Amazing start for them.
It's a very fast rotation as well. Off of Catwalk, dropping down for Dennis. Kinguin Dennis, that is, of course, to CT spawn. Meanwhile, Mouse Dennis, he'll push through double doors. But think better of it. So no more mid presence. As a man down early, it is Chris J. He can go cook dinner now. That's the good news. Maybe we won't have such a long pause.
Be a very fast dinner. But let's see how this develops. All 4 players now. Actually, it's going to be 3 of them and 1 person on shore. Trying to find some aggression onto long. If they can get that first kill, they may have a chance. If a crossing, it'll be very difficult, especially with the bomb.
That's Michael Lele now on the site somehow. Gets caught with the knife out, so no pistol shots even getting fired from him to do damage in return. Bomb dropped, though. Rain has found it, and he's also done damage now on Dennis. He'll close the round. Kinguin, yet another pistol. That's 3 in a row now.
Yep, so that all came down to that short push. Getting their first pick, that's what I like to see from a CT team. They know they're on the back foot there. The T's going to group up and choose one area to go to, so you need to try and isolate them before they have a chance to execute their strat. mousesports, they're setting up for a full-on B split. Quite fast one as well. We had 5 players towards that area. And then the first pick from Kinguin completely ruined that. They had to force back to long. And like I said, once they got to the crossover area, I think they realized they couldn't really make those frags as they crossed. And they got shut down by the silenced USPs. But of course, mousesports do reply with a Tech 9/Deagle buy here. And will they be able to do anything with that? I'm not so sure. We have got players moving towards the short area. And that's going to be all 5 of them as well going to be making their way up. So perhaps a couple of flashbangs, maybe the one to the bomb site, and try and get a short plan down and make that post-spawn situation work in their favor.
Michael Lele staring in the correct direction so far for the push, but the push hasn't come, and another smoke lets them push even further, in fact. So closer over to quad before they'll be spotted up. Michael Lele hitting the jump shot on the second attempt, hitting the no-scope on the third, and another one now on to next. It's looking quite pretty indeed for Michael Lele. Nearly stacking up at long, though. They get damage in return, but bomb doesn't even get planted. Kinguin get there far too quickly. Ghostbusters on the case.
It does boil my blood a little bit to watch people jump scouting and then not dying as well. It's a bit sad to watch, but there we go. It comes in very successfully. Michael Lele gets some amazing tags off, 2 kills to him as well. And the most important part about that is they stopped the bomb going down. This was a problem for mousesports going into their first gun round on T side of D-Cash. They had no AWPs to play with. And it's going to happen again here. You can see Scream getting very aggressive in the lower B tunnels as well. He's going to find some kills here any second. As I say that, Chris J answers back, takes him down. They find some entrance into this round now.
Big boy Chris J. Dinner's cooking. He's already eating as he chomps away at Scream, but that comes back. Rain again, the push. So both teams looking to be aggressive on this map. I'm sure we'll see no different when we see mousesports swap over to their CT side. But Kinguin flawless in the first 3 rounds after the pistol. 2 anti-ecos that were very efficient. So guns will come out. No bomb plants, though, means they won't be able to get an op, and Chris J's limited to the scout.
I'm not sure I like this. This could be an interesting
Speedy has to go
decision.
P90, even worse.
Yeah, this is... A lot of teams seem to be favouring these Tech 9 buys without actually winning a lot of them. So now Chris J is going to be forced to do the scout play. They're not going to be able to find effective picks from him. But it looks like the T's are going in for a straight-on B rush here. They're going all in and seeing what they can find.
Flash coming through the door does let Scream rather try and come back through, but he's caught in the process by Nex. We talked about the head-to-head battle those two would have all evening. Fox is still alive, though, and he is going to be doing at least the task required to shut this site down. 3 still up for Kinguin. It's going to be 1.5, if you will, against Gobby as he's on the very low HP and now gone. For mousesports, and in fact, it doesn't amount to anything at all. Now the first gun, Kinguin, this is the similar start to what they had on
Absolutely.
Cash.
This is the nightmare start you get when you don't actually get any bombs down your force plays as well. That's the main aim to the game, is if you're going to commit to that, a bomb needs to be going down to justify it. It didn't, and now they're getting that horrible situation without having to force buy, but 4 in a row means a loss bonus does work in their favour. As long as they keep their economy around 2k, they will get 5 going into the next one, so they should be absolutely fine here, but they want to start getting bombs down and getting some momentum in their favour. Look at this. It's opening up pretty convincingly for Kinguin now as they take down 3 players. It's going to be 5 on 2. Dennis and Nex, the last one remaining. Nex does take down Scream in return, but now it's going to almost close up for them. I'm not really sure what their options are now. Finding a frag here will be very difficult.
Dennis the menace as it is down to just Nex and other Dennis for mousesports right now. Tech 9 for both Armor Head armor for next, though. Not so much for Big D. Big D in the kids' table. Dennis, though, is going to take down Rain. That was not actually. There's a band called Big D in the kids' table. That's what the reference was. Okay. Get your mind out of the gutter. As Kinguin should be able to close this round out. Not so easily done, though, as Big D again will find another kill against other D. So Big D and Little D, apparently. And Dennis is going to do more so. This Tech 9 is absolutely menacing. 23 HP for him eventually. 41 seconds, though, and he has Bomb. So this was a one-on-one that shouldn't have even happened. As mousesports looking to make something out of this round. In fact, before he even plants, goes over and grabs that op. Interestingly, he's planted on the outside of the bomb, though, so why would he not plant for long and try and make that probable for himself? I keep the AK in this situation.
Yeah, if you're going to pick up the AWP, surely plant for long, but here we go.
It could work out, though, for Catwalk, yeah, because it does still give him the angle from the boxes. And maybe he just knew something we didn't and read that, but now it's up close. He's got to go back to Old Faithful. It is going to be that Tech 9 that found him 2 kills to make this possible, and that is incredible that Dennis is able to pull off that round. That was all but over, and he pulled that off in the most spectacular fashion.
He really did. Big D doing all the work there, doing sensational work.
The nickname is going to apply.
That was amazing. Coming back, I think they lost the first 3 frags, and he comes back and clutches that. Maybe a little bit slack from Kinguin, allowing us to do it. But all of a sudden, mousesports have great economy. They've got 2 AWPs now. And it looks like they're going for a fast long take. Chris J takes down Fox in the process, and the map really has opened up for mousesports now.
I think that's how we're going to refer to them. Big D is now mousesports Dennis, and Little D is Kinguin Dennis.
It's kind of like us, isn't it? Big D, Little D.
Obviously, I'm Little D. Let's be real here. You're a lot taller than I am. As Michael Lele takes down Gobbeat, it's going to be the jump scout into play yet again. He knows they're at long, too, so he's got more chances to do it, but the smoke on the right side is not going to make that so easily beyond the box. The flash will come out, though, bounced off the wall. Now he's got a chance to go for it. More tags out on Speedy, but Nex is going to make Michaelele eventually pay the price, and this will bust the economy for Kinguin. They will not have guns in the next round. mousesports have clawed back, all on the back of Big D's huge play in the previous round. Yeah, the fact that he clutched that round really has turned things around. It looked like Kinguin setting themselves up for an amazing 5-0 start, but off the back of that, they're going to be on almost a double EK now, it looks like. It's going to be really difficult for them to get back into this. mousesports have 3 AWPs. This is something we saw them actually do at the Take TV event. We kind of said, oh, this is just unorthodox. They wouldn't normally do this, but they're doing it again. And Gobby has got that auto shotgun out. Where will he be looking to get some frags with that? That's going to be interesting. But this should be a very convincing round for mousesports. And you can see Gobby is running into the B area now, making it happen with the auto shotty, but it does get taken out by Fox. We have seen so many auto shotguns in the qualifiers over the last, what has it been, 7 days, I guess. They don't account for Speedy now as Michaelele comes back in from behind. He's rotated very quickly from middle, and Dennis, though, turning back, eventually getting that kill. It's, again, that Tech 9 for him. He's looking like Olaf used to at this point. As the bomb will go down and Speedy's already located Rain, they'll throw the Molotov through on it. He'll recover the op as well. He won't go too hard on the chase because that smoke is not a great idea to push through, specifically if they want to keep that op. But Rain is waiting in the corner, and Dennis, again, Tech 9, how appropriate.
I think Speedy's made the right call there. He's dropped his AWP and got the AK out. There's only so long that could have worked for them. So dual AWP definitely viable. Triple AWP on T side. I really wouldn't recommend it, but there we go now. It's going to be another buy now for Team Kinguin. This time they're going to be forcing. Like I said, they probably should have taken a double eco here and perhaps had rolled a double AWP setup of their own, but they're going to be answering back. No head arm off of them, obviously not really required. They're going to invest in the utility, but not a single kit on the team. So they need to make sure that bomb doesn't get down, or they're going to be in a lot of trouble here. But a pretty standard setup, no presence towards middle, playing that rotator from B site and leaving the man down at long. That's normally Rain, and it is. He's going into the long doors there, and that's a position he plays so well.
So Dennis looking for a shot through to mid right now with the op, changing his position on the catwalk because he's pushed so far up that now it's Nex that will be more efficient with the AK trying to push through. Gives them more of a spread opportunity on the T side. But when they slow it right down, give us a moment to catch our breaths as well, as the last few rounds have been quite speedy. Speaking of speedy, we see him outside a long tunnel right now, and Rain's pushed through the first set of doors.
Look at Chris J, though. He's gone all the way into the B site with the AWP. He's going to find one as well. Amazing shot from him. Really clever play. Fox did not see that coming whatsoever. And Speedy's going to get one of his own. And this is looking really promising from all of a sudden. They're doing some great picking strategy here. Dennis does take down Nex, and that's going to stabilize things slightly, but you still have to favor mousesports going into the rest of this round.
Still looking for that pick toward B, but now they realize that that player's not inside the site, so Chris gets aggressive in the tunnels. Good call from his teammate to make that read, and that means Scream's got nowhere left to play except on the sidelines. Watch his friends participate in a party he's not invited to. Poor childhood, it must be. But Dennis has come back into Gobby, so even though the bomb's gone down, we've had a disconnect, by the way. Big D, in fact, as Little D closing the round. So even though the bomb's gone down, mousesports won't be able to hold on to it. Kinguin will pick up finally that 5th round, but we're going to have a pause come out right away.
That was a great retake from Kinguin. The picks the mousesports got as initially, Chris J especially, very creative play, pushing through that smoke, taking out Fox on the platform. That was amazing. And I can't believe they didn't actually convert that one to a victory. But there we go then. Like I said before, Kinguin now getting that double orb setup. This become the CT side becomes very formidable on Dust2. They're able to anchor both bomb sites, have a fragging unit of rifles working the map as well. And it's very difficult for Tees to hold this one off, especially when they haven't got an AWP on themselves. You can see Gobby now is going to be getting out the P90 again. This normally suggests that we go now middle, but it looks like the actual Tees will be going for a long take here and seeing whether they can find some confrontation with Dennis.
And it is going to be Dennis taking down, so big over little again. Apparently size matters in this game, as now it's going to be Rain shooting back into Gobby. Kinguin clawing back into the round because they've got the man advantage again, but the health is falling away. Michael is taking a ton of damage on top of the A platform. Good re-peek, though. Chris J's gone, and now it's Speedy to get the trade, the refrag indeed. But the bomb is at long, and it's not even allowed to enter. It's denied. It's turned back. The ticket insufficient. He's going to have to go back to the box office and see if there's any other hits he can view today, and the hits aren't going to happen anywhere. The only hit that happens is Scream into Speedy to close the round. 6-3 now for Team Kinguin.
I can't believe Michael stayed alive that long. He's just crawling around on the bomb side, wiggling like a worm, and somehow picked up one frag before he went down. And that's got the advantage straight back into Kinguin's favour. So huge rounds and big exchanges happening every single time. And we can see here, mousesports actually opting back with a force buy of their own. Dennis, like I said, he'll pick up the AWP sometimes, and Chris J perhaps isn't firing on all cylinders. He has had a quiet game, so he'll be picking up the AWP this time and seeing what he can do with it. He'll be going straight towards the B tunnels, though. Doesn't hit anyone on my screen. It looked like he actually hit, but it's not going to happen. Next opens up the fragging, though. Fox goes down, and the B bomb site may potentially be a threat here.
Scream's always a threat, though, so as they try and go in, and not to mention they've also pulled over the rotation from Little D, so it's going to work out in their favor, and in fact, Little D's going to lob an 8, and that's going to get the kill. So Michael and Dennis are working extremely well together, and Dennis is going to pick up Fox's dropped off to add another kill to his total, making it 2 in the round, and Rain to close it out. Kinguin looking composed yet again. It looked like it was going to come back, but 7-3, they start to stretch things much like they did in the first game.
Yeah, and that was the force buy from mousesports as well. Losing 3 in a row, the money's reasonably well this round. They can afford to do Tech 9s, maybe a couple of bits of armor, some utility in there as well. But that force buy, pretty questionable. And 1 AWP against Tech 9s, it can work out for them, but percentage-wise, the CTs are going to be favoured there. So we go in now to the 11th round, 7-3 in favour of Kinguin. They're actually finding the momentum again. We can see Fox will be picking up the AWP back at B. I actually like this. This means he can play it by himself, but the exchanges come in onto the A-bomb site.
And it's Michael who's been playing, I have to say, quite well in terms of playing the platform position. It's not common we see that played as much anymore. Obviously, Carr with the AWP has become more common in the meta. Fox is going to push down mid. Rain's found Dennis. I thought Fox actually shot over the shoulder of his first target and found that second kill, but it's actually Rain that got Dennis, and it's 8 now. Kinguin looking very, very good.
Absolutely. And you can see the full rifle by now from mousesports. Maybe something a little bit more tactical coming from them. Not going to be relying too heavily on the AWP picks. Maybe a mid-split from them. Long control, getting the long retake in would be probably pretty favourable to them. But we can see it's going to be one player's going to be next. Flying straight out. He loves working frags, and what can he do here? Not a lot. He gets completely shut down. So does Speedy by Dennis. And Big D rolling out the big potatoes as he takes down 2 Ts.
That's Little D.
Is that Little D?
That was Little D.
This is confusing already. That is a worse system.
He's certainly not Baby D, though. He's still sufficient enough to get those 2 kills. But Fox is going to wait even further now as the bomb almost caught, and Fox not able to close that, so Rain will. It really is like the most straightforward way of identifying the 2 players.
How?
Big and little. It's like easier to say than mousesports Dennis and Kinguin Dennis.
How are we defining who's big and who's little?
Because Dennis had that huge play.
Oh, right. Which Dennis?
Mousesports, right? See? I'm done with this.
Okay.
We're going back to Dennis and Dennis.
Okay, that's fine. Anyway, let's get into this one. It looks like it's going to be a full long rush from the T's again, trying their luck. Got completely shut down in this area before, but CT's not going to show anything but Rain just rinsing them from long range, and that's a huge play from him. Next takes him down, but it's going to be a 4-on-2 now, and Speedy answers back on the Dennis Meister, slows the things down.
Next, excellent shot though onto Michael. He has been playing that platform. We just finished touching on it so very well, but Fox and Scream now are the last two that are alive for Kinguin. They're inside mid. Bomb for Nex is way back in pit because he's a little bit weary of the fact he's only got 15 HP, so send out Speedy. He'll be the bait, and oh, thank you very much, Speedy. You've caught a fish. But the fish is also still firing toward Nex. Nex did fairly well there to get the shot, the first shot with the AK, but it's now 10 rounds and only 3 from mousesports. Again, we start the game with some close rounds. It was 5-4 on Cash. It goes to 5-3 on this one. 4-3, in fact, at one point, and now it's stretching out again for Kinguin.
This isn't even the half the Kinguin favor. They start rolling on T side. That's when they become really dangerous. So this is looking pretty poor for mousesports right now. That huge spray down from Rain as well on the A-bomb side. That's pretty sick. You don't see a spray control like that very often. So that's an amazing round for him. But we go in now, 14th round, 10-3 in favor of Kinguin. They're doing very well, and it looks like mousesports will be able to force a buy here. But look at the utility. Next to nothing. You're going to have to run out and hope for the best.
Speedy and Gobby are finding frags. Gob getting through mid, but that's taken back by Scream, so the control was there but lost. Next wants to take it back for the third time. It's a bit of a seesaw right now, and Scream's still denying that. So both attempts shut down. Michael, though, not on the platform. This time gets caught out because he's got 2 players, one on either side, and unfortunately caught before he could put the shot toward Chris J, as his intentions were. So that will allow the bomb to go down, and they've got 3 players up now. Sports finally looking for an answer. Dennis as well is at lower tunnels, so he should be able to cut off these rotations, even though Fox will get a kill just before he can. Doesn't matter. Win the round. Reset the money bonus, no less, but they've got okay money to force out on 3 if they have to.
So that was actually really interesting from Speedy.
Double up, too.
The CTs thought they locked him out. They put a Molotov down in the long doors, but he just ran straight through it as well. He did no dams were given. He run through, took the player down in the back, and that opened the site up for them and guaranteed them that round. Godby again getting out the auto shotgun. Not really sure what his intentions are with that, but a weapon we're seeing a lot more of these days. And it's going to be a full buy pretty much from both teams, though. I should say that. It's a Mac 10 on Nex as well, so maybe their economy got a little bit too much affected there, but we go into this one with the advantage in favour of mousesports.
Speedy doubling up again. Mousesports are finding the early kills. I love that we're still seeing auto shotguns.
I don't know why.
Oh, the drop. Michael Lilly spotted that, but what's the response going to be? They don't have anyone near the CT spawn, and in fact, Rain would have been in position. He found Nex, but Speedy cancels it, and they'll close out on Michael Lilly. Exact same score we had at the halftime on Cash.
As I said, though, Kinguin really start the engines on T side. That's why Mouse opted to go there on this time, as they know how deadly they can be with the AKs, the short area as well. It's so hard to lock down. I think mousesports really need to have their wits around them. They need to get this pistol in the bag, and they need to be playing very aggressive with the CT just to lock down the early pushes and not allowing them to utilize their aim onto the A-bomb side. So that's what Mouse game plan needs to be here. Shut Kinguin down before they have a chance to even get up there.
Not too shabby, though, for Kinguin. And in the aggression, we talked about it already. As if they listened to us and said, yeah, we'll prove you right. They do it on the first round. Chris J already looking at those doors. They don't go all the way through, though, interestingly enough. So Dennis will spot that now. Work for King Dennis down toward middle. And he's also going to spot Catwalk, smartly so. Good thing he didn't get tunnel vision on. No pun intended, as his teammates were coming from lower. Take down Speedy on Catwalk. 3 players on A right now from the CTs. That leaves Nex alone on B, but that's where the aggression is coming. And he'll spot this as the late smoke gets deployed on top of the doorway. Nex has to fall off the window, sticks around perhaps a little bit too long and a little bit too close for Rain to come back. Tries to go for the burst shot, in fact, because he just wants the damage. As Dennis is still at doorway, and Dennis takes down Mouse Dennis. And now it's Rain and, again, King Dennis to close out the round. It's 11. Again, a pistol round for Kinguin. That's 4 out of 4. On the same scoreline as last time, we're looking at a similar situation.
We definitely are. And how are mousesports going to respond to this? Of course, they're going to be force buying. I'd assume Chris J won't be taking armor this time. The way the economy's been affected so far and the management hasn't been great, he's got to be aware they need an AWP just to hold off the Kinguin onslaught hit. So good choice from him.
He did hit him. Michael Lilly hit Dennis.
Okay, then.
65 HP. I thought that first one was on. Fox Bob, a.k.a. Fox, going to take down Gobby now with the P90 at long. Dennis comes back, though. Mouse Dennis into Scream with the 5-7. So Scream not contributing much or as much tonight, specifically not in this round, as he's already gone without having much contribution or much say in the matter at all. Leave Speedy and Nex. Speedy and Nex are spread out across long A, one at either end. In fact, Nex is on the platform in specific. The Kinguin don't know that yet, so they're still taking their time. They are taking their time in the correct manner, though, heading toward B, so they'll figure that out, and it should be another bomb plan at a 12th round.
Well, absolutely. Speedy and Nex waiting towards the A side, hoping that something comes their way. I guess they've both got head armor and PT-50 and a 5.7. Worth saving for the next round. This one is absolutely too far gone for them. They can't even think about retaking this, so if they can save these guns, maybe get a couple of exits when the guys come hunting for them, that kind of works. If they can take one AK out of this, amazing. But look at them just kind of sitting next together, hibernating, waiting for winter to pass.
Winter is coming, though.
It's definitely coming.
It's not going to pass. You better hope you're a Stark and stay ice cold. Just kidding. They're all dead. Spoiler alert.
So the thing is, again,
there's some alive.
Like I
said,
said,
tell you which ones.
The CT's force buying there. Now they're going to go into the first gun round without any real kills on the board. It's going to be difficult for Chris J to get an AWP again. And this is where things get complicated for them.
How many rounds has he had at this game? I think 2, 3 at best.
But it's just been the amount they've been forced by after losing every single pistol. No one's ever looking to the long game here. And but there we go. It's going to have to be a full eco here from the CTs. They actually managed to save those two guys. They will be. They're actually going for it again. Chris J's pulling out the scout. So
Chris J.
They're doing another
force
buy.
This is a huge force
3
buy.
scouts.
Yeah, Speedy and
I actually
Nex.
quite like this.
And they're going to use them in middle, and one hits, the second kills. You got to love it when you get that much accuracy that both players can get it on the first kill. That's Michael that goes down as a result of that perfectly thrown Molotov. Gobby a little bit slow to react. Rather, that's Dennis. I thought it was Gobby just based on the health. He's lost his at long. Must have been a nade thrown through the double doors that we didn't catch. But either way, he's on 65 as Dennis is on 75.
So these scouts all of a sudden come so scary. You can see the T's don't really want to face here. They have got some nades to play with. They could smoke off a key area, but I think right now they're trying to see where the best place to get it will be. But it's going to be so difficult knowing that 3 scouts could be potentially anywhere they pick in now. But it looks like they're going to be favoring towards the B side. Rain facing first.
And Rain slows it up, so he's actually not going to be the first one spotted. It's Fox. Rain looks for the trade. And this is looking very good for the CTs on a very aggressive force buy. It still means they're going to have to update onto proper rifles at some point. And look at this. The boost jump over the wall.
Disgusting.
It is rather disgusting. As all the shots rattle through now in favor of Kinguin, thankfully, because it deserves to go against these scouts. I'm sorry to say, but
no one's
it's working out.
Either.
And they are going to have company from that position. Rain's low on HP, so they need to be aware that Gobby could potentially come in. Luckily, they've got that bomb down to buy themselves some space, but it's still a man advantage for for Kinguin, and mousesports rather. Now it's brought back. It is going to be Kinguin left in a one-on-one as Dennis brings it back over, taking down Gobby. He's got to close this out on Chris J, and they're both so low on HP that one pistol shot would have done it. It's Big D to find the shot first.
Yeah, Big D showing what he's made of there. 26 HP left on him. He just needed one shot. Chris J couldn't find it either. The pistol battle came down at the end, and it's going to put mousesports now in a horrible position. They force sports so much. Why not go for it again? You're already this committed. There's no point trying to wait. They're going to go for it another round. We can see Chris J once again picking up the scout, and he will take down Mercalady as well. So good entrance for them this time, and a full long take coming in from Kinguin.
Shots rattling back out, though, as Big D get to pick up another one on Speedy. This gives them a bit more long control as they want around this corner, but Chris J doesn't want to let them. And the scout, after the initial damage comes in, will be sufficient. Again, Kinguin falling victim to these very unorthodox force buys that are coming out from mousesports right now. And it's almost like potentially they've thrown in the towel. I don't even think this force buy in specific with 2 shotguns had any intention to win. It's almost just annoying at this point when you're 13 rounds up and they've just forced again. Even if they win this, they're going to be in a tight spot.
This is the thing with the scout. Whenever Chris J has it in his hands, you can never count him out of the round. Doesn't matter what the rest of the team have got. He finds a pick like he did in middle just there, and all of a sudden you're in the round. He can then start rotating around, finding a jump spot, and it's very difficult for the T's to do anything with it. But it's going to be Rain, your last man left. Another man you can never write off, and see what he's up to. Will he be able to make anything of this? He has got the bomb in hand. 64 HP, but he's in a pretty weak position, and Chris J's going to be pitching up, waiting for him, and of course, he finishes off the round with a clean shot to the chest.
I mean, that's so unorthodox to pick up that round. And they do recover the rifles, so it makes up for the fact that they would have had to upgrade off shotguns at the start. But another Swag 7 coming out.
It's just that Hail Mary players, and they knew they were going to lose if they could another one, so they needed to find a round, and they needed to find it then, which they did. It's going to force Kinguin onto a full eco now. Actually, a couple of guys picking up armor, but they've got such a bed of rounds to play with. It should be a very wise decision. Make the money, roll back into their favor, and then just finish this one off.
Shot from Chris J looking for the player he spotted on Cat, but more importantly, spotted on Cat, which means now they'll rotate over. Chris J comes back up the CT ramp, gives Gobby the lower position with that shotgun. In fact, going to go for the jump spot in the corner. Bit telegraphed now, though, because he hasn't actually spotted anyone, and he's already firing. That means they'll line up the shot against him with these Tech 9s, but look how close. Oh, I wanted to see that happen. I wanted to see the jump come in when they got that close and, in fact, lined up. That could have been beautiful. As Nex coming in with another kill for Mouse. Dennis now doing the same. They may still have an answer in this round, despite that the early kills went against them at that quad push. Dennis, look at this flank. Traded again, though, for Fox. So they're both on 100 health, and Fox, no armor, has an AK. He'll go up against Speedy, who does have the armor and the same weapon. Dodging the first flash, Speedy baiting out the bomb, looking for the repeat. But as we can see on the left side, Fox is not falling for it at all. So Speedy's got to get aggressive, and Fox just going to bait this time or even further. Speedy's gone. The thing is now Fox has no escape. So even if he goes back to mid, they may still lose the gun.
Oh, he doesn't care at this point. He's fine with it. Winning the round is absolutely A-okay by him. What a great play by him as well. Not overfacing the bomb. Took the risk of not taking the bait on the fake defuse. And that was amazing stuff by him. Perfectly played. Gets the 14th round on the board. And that means mousesports knocked down once again to this forced scout buy. And this should be the point where the Kinguin can get back into this. We have got Fox on the AWP this time. Makalele actually swapping it over after he got took down by the scout last time. But maybe Kinguin want to finish this off in a much faster fashion. Chris J again gets the opening frag. I can't believe it. How does he keep doing this?
Scout headshots, baby.
Why are they allowing him to do it every time? Why has he got the angle? It's crazy.
Bomb's waiting inside the tunnels right now to try and get it on B. They do only have one player inside the site if they wanted to walk in any minute now. Nex is waiting at mid. So they're looking for the split to be covered off, but it's a 1-1 situation in terms of the defense. That's relevant now with Chris pushing down. Catwalk and Gobby already up long. That is a perfect cutoff play. But now they'll go. Makalele opening the site. They still have window to worry about. The nade will be sufficient to do that job, but now the smoke has to worry about Gobby, who's pushing through it. Another kill for him in the round. Brings it back to Makalele. Nice one tap at the window on Speedy, but Chris J, again, what a round with that scout. How many is that? 3 kills for him that time.
He seems to be consistently buying 3 kills. I think that's most of the kills he's had this game is with the scout picks on CT side, but there we go then. Another round that Kinguin win one and then lose the subsequent round after. And now they're force buying again. They did work for them out last time, so you can't really rule it out as a bad decision, seeing as they actually won the last round they did this. So they know the CT economy is going to be pretty weak with those scouts, but the CT is going very aggressive now. You can see a player that's going to be next, getting into lower B, but it's a full-on B rush.
They've already made their way through, but Chris again is spotting, and Chris is tagging, still with that scout, but finally taken down by the tranquilizer of Rain, who now picks up the scout and dishes the damage in return. That scout in particular is the good one. I don't think it was Chris J. It's just that gun. It's got a perfectly clean barrel, apparently, because every shot it fires hits a target.
Well, it's going to be next in the tunnels now, the Desert Eagle. And with only one kit, that's going to be on Dennis, the AWP play. He can't really fancy their chances here. Bomb ticking away, and Next will be shut down. Dennis answers back, but it's going to be a 1-on-4 now. Very successful eco round. Well, I say force buy from Kinguin as they get the Tech 9 armor, rush into B. Very simple stuff, but the powerhouse has been in the CT so far. Chris J gets taken down without taking anyone with him, and that's the determining factor there. They got into the bomb site, and they couldn't find the headshot. So match point now for Kinguin, and you can see the money on CT side. Very low again, but of course the 2 scouts are out. Who knows what could happen? This could get interesting.
The scoots are out.
The scoots.
Sir Scoots are out. As Rain's going to push all the way to long using that scout again, like you mentioned. The Deagle for Speedy. It's another name for Desert Eagle, by the way. I found that out on the Urban Dictionary today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
But Makalele this time finding the shot with the op. And unfortunately, Chris J, who's been the early round hero, not necessarily the hero that Gotham City needs right now, is he?
No, definitely not.
But Fox will add another one for Kinguin. It's match point and looking like potentially map in the bag. So it should be 2-0 if things go according to plan. They're not right now because Mouse has brought it back. It's Rain to go down second. Bomb's planted. for Kinguin, mind you, though, so they still have a hard job of going for this retake. Not only that, they've got Dennis Meister looking down through those doors, cutting off that rotation, giving Scream the information to peek back from CT, and Scream's going to do the job doubly. Not quite able to close out the round, but down goes Dennis. Big D dropping in on top. It's going to be 16-7. Another solid performance, single digits again for mousesports. Even if we had it both maps, they haven't won one yet.
Yeah, pretty crazy stuff for them. That half was a little bit more convincing. Economy just got absolutely wrecked, though. The rounds they were winning was just on their scouts buys. A little bit cheesy, perhaps. It wasn't. You can't really say, oh, yeah, well, great strategies from them. They were playing really well. Just one player getting scout headshots. I think, yeah, the 2 rounds they won, Chris J got 3 scout kills in the rounds they won in CT. So
both.
You've got to question what actually went wrong with them. Same thing again, really. Like, they 16-5 first map, 16-7 second map. Kinguin are looking much stronger now. Let's just have a look at the scoreboard as well. Dennis kicking off that game, 25 frags with him, 11 headshots. Rain as well. He's been solid throughout this tournament. He hasn't dropped below 20 frags from what I recall. He seems to be being up there head and shoulders above everyone else on the server pretty much every single time. Having a look at Chris J, though, we mentioned he got those 6 kills in the rounds he actually won. It means the first half he can't have done much damage at all, really.
No, absolutely not.
Like, he must have had a very quiet first half. But let's look at the MVP then. Dennis, the new kid on the block for Kinguin, leading the charge for them, 25 kills. And, yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting. 2.36 death ratio. This is the problem with me and having no glasses. I can't really read the stats. Can you help me out?
I have not brought my specs with me. Down by the bay. It's 2.36.
Good.
All right, well, that's the end of that map. And Kinguin have a 2-0 lead. What's the next one? I missed that actually coming up. I know, is it
Mirage
Train that's third? Mirage is last. It is Train that's
Train.
third. So Train is coming up next. That could be more interesting.
That was one mousesports should take, I think.
I agree with that 100%. And just, again, the weird thing is when you look at mousesports play that map and you think of how much they push on other maps, and there's not as much aggression available. Sure, you can get down Ivy, you can get upper toward the tunnels, but you can't actually push to the CT side of the map quite so easily. But yet they play that map so well, just controlling the choke points on a more passive. It's like a complete different approach to how they normally play maps, and they get more success on it.
Well, we'll see what unfolds going into that one. I think right now we're going to take a quick break going into the third map. It's currently 2-0 in favour of Team Kinguin. Don't go anywhere. It'll be about 5 minutes or so, but come back soon.
Somehow gets caught with the knife out, so no pistol shots even getting fired from him to do damage in return. Bomb dropped, though. Rain is found it, and he's also done damage now on Dennis. He'll close the round. Kinguin, yet another respawn up. Michael Lilly hitting the jump shot on the second attempt, hitting the no-scope on the third, and another one now. Kill against other D, so big D and little D, apparently. And Dennis is going to do...
Not at all. He gets completely shut down. So, like, got completely shut down in this area before, but CT's not going to show anything, but Rain just rinsing them from long range, and that's a huge play.
As Dennis is still a doorway, and Dennis takes down Mouse Dennis. And now it's Rain, and again, King Dennis to close back. It is going to be Kinguin left in a one-on-one as Dennis brings it back over, taking down Goppy. He's going to close this out on Chris J, and they're both so low on HP that one pistol shot would have done it.